I coined when we were fighting that law. Cesar Chavez did a 25-day water-only fast to protest that law that was passed in Arizona. We know that Arizona was the last state in the United States to honor Dr. Martin Luther King with a holiday. So they have quite a track record, right? Boycotts have been used to fight injustices for many years. I believe it was the Irish that actually started the whole campaign of boycotts. And of course it has been used, the farm workers, we used it back in 1968 and on for many, many boycotts. When we did our big great boycott, there were something like between 14 and 17 million Americans that stopped eating grapes. What happened because of that? Well, we got unemployment insurance for farm workers, we got toilets in the fields and cold drinking water, rest periods, the right to organize under a law. And to get that, a lot of farm workers had to sacrifice. But they knew that during that 5-year boycott, that at the end of the day, that they were going to have a better life. And they did. So when people say, well, maybe you shouldn't boycott because some people in Arizona are going to suffer, they are suffering today. Now we know that in South Africa, when the economic boycott of South Africa was going on to get Mandela out of prison and to end the apartheid there in South Africa, many of the African-American people, the African people of South Africa, they also had to suffer. And they were willing to make that because at the end of the day, they wanted justice, they wanted to end the apartheid and the suffering that they were going through. And so this is a long-term strategy of the boycotters, and I just want to thank Zach and all of the musicians and all of you that have stepped forward to get the high visibility that this needs. There's one other thing that we need to do, and I'm going to call on everybody to do this. We need to educate the public. I'm sure that every single one of us, the food that we ate today, was picked by an undocumented worker out there somewhere working in this very, very hot sun. In fact, a worker just died last week because of the heat. These are undocumented people that are out there not only picking our food, processing our food, serving our food, taking care of our children, our disabled, our elderly, building our buildings. They are out there working to build our economy. They do not deserve to be treated the way that they are being treated throughout the country, but especially in Arizona with this horrible Law 1070. So we need to call, we need to educate people about what the contributions of our immigrants are doing for us. We need to call upon the Congress to say, enough. We need to pass a comprehensive immigration reform bill. This is politics. Forget the politics. Think about the humanity. Think about the suffering. And one more thing. We need to call upon the Congress to end these NAFTA, the free trade agreement laws that displace people. This is the reason they come to the United States. 8 million corn farmers. They're displaced because of the subsidized corn that we send to Mexico. The Walmarts that go into Mexico and Central America that displace all of the small shopkeepers. It's our foreign trade agreements that are leaving people in poverty in Central America. We've got to help those countries rebuild their economies the way that we did with Japan and Germany during World War II. We did not take over their economies. We have very strong companies like Sony, Toyota, Honda, on and on and on. We need to do the same thing for Mexico and Central American countries. People do not want to leave their beautiful homes to come here and suffer. But they are having to come here because we are displacing them, we are putting them out of work, and we've got to change our laws to make it possible so people can stay there. Si se puede, we can do it.